I have to talk about the Mike Tyson Maha commercial, and I'll do all the Super Bowl ads, but I'm going to do them one video at a time instead of as a whole thing. And you know I'm going to talk about He Gets Us because me. So the ad is from Maha, Make America Healthy Again, and it stars Mike Tyson. If you didn't see it, check it out.
My sister's name was Denise. She died of obesity at 25. She had a heart attack. I was so fat and nasty. I would eat anything. I was like 345 pounds. A quart of ice cream every hour. I had so much self-hate when I was like that. I just wanted to kill myself. We're the most powerful country in the world, and we have the most obese, fudgy people. Something has to be done about processed food in this country.
I'm sure most of you know Mike Tyson as a fighter. What some of you may not know is that he was married to an actress named Robin Givens, who accused him of DV. They also famously did an interview with Barbara Walters together, which is really uncomfortable to watch, both because when he's by himself, he seems like there's something a bit off with him, but also when they do talk to her as a couple, she seems uncomfortable, but she's also denigrating him in front of her and in front of a very large television audience, which is kind of odd to do when you talk about your husband. But she talks about like how he's dangerous and how he has bipolar disorder. It wasn't until years later when she appeared on Oprah that she talked about the domestic issue. Now, in terms of the video itself, now let's talk about that now that you have some of the background on this. He may well have been fat and angry, and I'm sure he was fat and angry, but it didn't have to do with what he was eating. It's also interesting that they shot this in black and white and very close up. They probably never would have done that with a woman, but they did it with a man, right? Why don't they show his body? That was the first thing I was asking. Is he healthy now? You can't tell by looking at that video. He eats an apple at the end, and I assume that's with his son, but we don't know how healthy he is or not right now. Typically, when filmmakers or commercial producers shoot something in black and white, it's because it has this documentary feel to it. It feels more important. It feels more urgent. It feels more real and perhaps honest. It's also interesting, as I said, that they shot him so close up in his face. That usually is implying intellect. Again, not sure why they did that for this commercial if they're talking about being healthy. We have no idea how healthy he is or is not right now. Finally, let's talk about who paid for this. According to Politico, the ad was paid for by the nonprofit Maha Center. Now, bear in mind, 30 seconds on the Super Bowl cost $7 million. There's not many nonprofits that are going to toss away that kind of money. So that in and of itself is something to think about. The Maha Center did not immediately respond to questions about how the ad was financed. Just interesting. Though the person behind it said they raised money for the ads by reaching out to billionaires, but did not include names. Finally, the ad highlights the elements of the Maha movement that members in both parties believe could help Republicans in November's midterms. Because Maha is also behind not vaccinating your kids, and they're not highlighting that in the commercial. This was not the only ad that was political this year. The He Gets Us campaign is very political, and it's very Republican, and we'll talk about that on another day.